Hi, it's Alexandra. How's it going? Um, I am here just to make a quick video. Well, my quick videos usually turn into long videos, but um, I just wanted to express because something happened last night. I made a video about it, scroll down, about getting accosted in a club last night, and I woke up to a lot of responses. I did not sleep very well because I was just thinking a lot about this and what is our world to come to, and personally for myself, am I ever going to be able to dance in public, and stuff like that. And I thought I should tell the story. I was thinking about telling the story about the time I got accosted in a club and a group of men did step up, because one of the things that keeps coming up for me every time I hear about a woman getting accosted or assaulted, it's like we are doing the work. We are getting self-defense. We are going to therapy. We are traveling in numbers. We are trying to figure out, I actually dress myself down. I am very, very conscious of what I am wearing, because I know if I dress sexy, my chances of being accosted goes up. The more I dress in a way that pleases myself in the way I dress, I actually have to be more on defense. And because there's so many men who don't understand that I'm not dressing that way so that they can take possession. So I want to talk to you about the situation that happened last night, which I'm not going to get into. Basically, you can look at it. It's down on my Facebook. I made the video last night. Basically, what happened was I was in a situation where somebody was accosting me, and there's a whole bunch of men around, and no one really did anything. At some point, I got my arm back, and the person next to him said something to him, but it was a whole bunch of men who did nothing. Okay. That's really scary. And I talk about all the reasons, the layers of why that's scary in that video. What I want to talk to you about, what happens when men stand up, what it feels like for the victim that this is happening to when men stand up. Okay, because part of my point here is that women, we're doing the work. Men, you need to step up in doing the work. If you are watching this video, you are not doing enough. If you're hearing this message, you're not doing enough. We can't do it alone. Start a group. Start talking to guys. Start meeting regularly. If you're in a gym, if you're in a dance environment, if you're in your family, especially if you have kids, especially if you have male children, if you have not started these conversations about bodies and possession and how to treat each other's bodies, if you haven't started this conversation with your boys, and your boys are over the age of 7, then you need to catch up. And I don't really care if you disagree with what I'm saying or not. If you haven't started talking to your, especially little boys, about respecting bodies and understanding possession, understanding what's okay and what's not okay, you haven't done your job. Okay? So I'm going to tell you about the time that I was hurt in a club when men stood up. Okay, so I'm dancing on the dance floor in a group of girlfriends. I had that protection. For those of you who don't know, a lot of times women, we will go out in a group of girls so we don't have to be so much on the defense, so we can protect each other. Okay, because we can't really count on men to help protect us, so we have to go out in droves to protect each other. Okay, so I'm out with my girlfriends, we're dancing. This is in Boulder. This was 15 years ago, and we're dancing, we're having a good time. It was Reggae Night at Redfish. I don't even know if that still exists in Boulder anymore. And I start walking out to the bathroom. Okay, and okay, for those of you, what were you wearing? It doesn't matter what I was wearing. Okay, it doesn't matter what I was wearing. By the way, again, I dressed pretty I started to dress at that point in my life pretty conservatively, because I found out that the way I'm dressed affects how the occurrence of how I get accosted. Okay, so I'm walking in the bathroom, and as I'm walking to the bathroom, all I feel is somebody's hands on my hips, and I feel, now this is where it gets graphic, okay? I feel a hard cock wedging itself in between my butt cheeks to the point where it touched me in between, okay? Out of nowhere, I just feel this. And I immediately turn around with my hand in a fist, and I go like this, and I end up socking this person in the ear pretty hard. Okay? Other men saw this happen. As a matter of fact, after working through some of the trauma, I started to get some of the memory back, And I started to remember that as soon as they saw him grab me, I remember some men walking towards me. Now, in that situation, you have to understand that if you're in that victim situation, you don't know if those people are walking towards you to help you or to hold you down. All right? Please consider that. All right? Like, we have to be so gentle with each other. All right? So I turn around, I smack him, and then all these guys come and like, there's like 5 or 6 of them come and like start pushing him back. All right? He then leaps twice, leaps. He's looking at me in the eye. His eyes were dead and raging at the same time. I've never seen anything like this. He leaps once. He's halfway over them. He takes another leap and he smacks me across the face. I fly and I hit the side of the wall. Okay? This is my journey to the bathroom. This is just my journey to the bathroom. A dick in the ass, and then getting smacked in the face. That was my experience, all right? This is what happens when guys stood up for me. How lucky was I, even though I got hit, right? How lucky was I that all those guys showed up? What if they hadn't? What if I had practiced that self-defense, boom, and they hadn't shown up? All right, what would have been, and back then I call that self-defense. It wasn't really self-defense. It was just like me lashing out because I was like, oh, what's happening to me, you know? But what, I didn't know, I hadn't taken jujitsu back then. What if I didn't know what the next step was and no one stepped up? Okay, just think about it. He already was showing me that he was possessing my body. Not even just like, not even just like kind of, like slowly showing me that he was going to take ownership of me, but like straight dick to the ass, inside the ass, straight up. Okay, I told you there's going to be graphic details in this video. So I just want to put this out there. I know it's graphic. I know it's hard to listen to, but this is normal. This is what our normal is. And so my call out to you, whether you're in the clubs or, hang out with friends, to not take these things fucking lightly anymore. Women are arming themselves, okay? Women are going beyond self-defense. We're arming ourselves, all right? People are going to jail now. People are calling the police for very, very little things now because we're fucking tired of this shit, all right? The situation I'm telling you about was when men showed up. Thank God a group of men showed up. I don't know what would have happened to me had they not. Last night was something so much smaller. It was just somebody grabbing me. But the significance of it is huge. All right? And the men standing around me did fucking nothing. All right? They did nothing. All right? It shouldn't take somebody, the level of assault, whether it's big or small, it shouldn't matter. It just shouldn't happen. All right? And I'm telling you, men, we women, we can't do it alone. You guys have to start talking. You have to start teaching your kids. You have to start talking in your groups. If you run events, you have to start talking about, at least start with awareness. At least start with awareness. You might not have the answers. You might not be able to know how to run an event or to have a community. This happens all sorts of, in so many dance communities. This happens all the time in dance communities. I've been in so many communities where what I see is event organizers will just be like, oh, well, it's not a big thing. People come and they get drunk. It's like not a big thing. It is a big deal. This is not just me. Women don't speak out about this all the time, but if you start noticing, if you start looking around, it's happening all the time. It's bees o'clock. There is fury happening right now. So that's what I wanted to say. I think I'm just going to start talking about the assaults I've experienced and encouraging women to just talk about the assaults they've experienced. I mean, it's happened in waves. You've seen Me Too. You've seen Time's Up. It's not like just because those movements happen that this goes away. I mean, I already got, from the experience I had last night, I already got one thing in my inbox that said, or in my texting from a friend, it wasn't really that big of a deal. Yes! Yes, it's that big of a deal. You know, yes, I can work through it. Yes, I can laugh about it. Yes, I'll move on with my life. I'm not going to let it ruin me. You know what I mean? But these things build up over time. And at some point, men, okay, if you don't do the work around it, it doesn't matter if you're not doing it. If you see it, if you're around it, if you're holding a space in which it's happening and you're doing nothing, you're encouraging it. It's as simple as that. So that's my call out is just I'm gonna start just speaking really graphically about the shit that happens. I'm not gonna hold back on that shit anymore. And I encourage you as women to um, let the details out. Like, tell people the details. If it doesn't hurt you to tell the details, because I don't think that men are getting it. I don't think the general population of men are getting it. Okay. The last thing I'll say is this. I just had a really great conversation about this online. You can see it in just the last few posts. I went to a jiu-jitsu gym and I got several responses that were like, jiu-jitsu, right? Use jiu-jitsu when this happens. And this is the thing. Jiu-jitsu and self-defense is so very important. I think that by the age of 4, all people should be learning jiu-jitsu. Text me if you want to know where I went. I went to Straight Blast Gym. If you want to know anything about it, go there. You cannot be safe. I feel right now you cannot be safe without self-defense. In our society, especially if you're a woman, you are not safe unless you know self-defense, okay? I gotta say, in this situation from last night, I know self-defense. I know how to get out of this possessive hold, okay? And yet I was surrounded by a whole bunch of men who were doing nothing. And so because of past experiences, my experience was, if I do something, are those men going to hold me down? Are those men are they part of this? Are they going to hurt me? Am I going to get hit? If I get hit, by which one? I'm going through the warfare of if that one hits me, he's really big, I might be out. If this one who's holding me hits me, I don't know if I'll be able to recover fast enough to run away. I was in a corner, And so I think though self-defense is really, really important. Hey, Carrie, how's it going? Though I think that self-defense is also really important, I think it's also important to start asking people to be your allies, asking men to talk to men, because this all shouldn't be on us. This shouldn't be on. I'm thinking about weaponizing myself now. I'm thinking about bringing stun guns with me so that I can dance. I don't want to stay home anymore because I'm going to get assaulted. Is that what men want, is for us to stay indoors? Anyway, I'm going to keep talking about it. I hope that you can keep talking about it. If you can't talk about something that happened to you, by all means, find something else that you can talk to. Ask men, do you talk to your friends? Go ahead. If you're watching, ask men, do you talk to your friends, or do you talk to your kids, especially male children? Do you talk to them about assaulting? Hey guys, if you're going out clubbing, say, hey, could we be the guys in the club that don't allow other men to push on women and to grab them? Could we be now? And I want to be really clear about something. I get that on the dance floor, there's consent to play and grind and all of that fun. That for me is not available, because I feel like when I do that, then there's instant possession implied, and then my boundaries don't matter. I wish I could be participate in that fun, that kind of fun. I really do, but I can't anymore. So I get that happens, and that's real. And hey, you know what? It'd be great if that could be something where people could get together and grind and sweat on each other, do all that stuff. As long as consent is still, as long as when somebody says no, or somebody says that's enough, or somebody pushes your hands up a little more because they don't want them on your ass, if that could be respected, then I would love to participate in that stuff again. I'm still young. I'm single. Hey, why not? But right now, that's not available to me. And I encourage women to not dance that way right now, because I'm afraid that they're going to get assaulted. And I'm afraid that they don't understand that when you say, I learned this summer that when I say no, it means nothing. When I say no 3-4 times, it means nothing. It's almost more of an invitation to force me to do what somebody else wants me to do. So anyway, that's it. I keep saying I'm going to be done because this is supposed to be a short video. Look, it's under 15 minutes. Okay, I love you all. Talk to your people. Again, I'm calling you out, guys. If you are not talking to your sons or your friends, if you are not organizing on a regular basis on what to do about this, you're not doing enough. We women cannot do all the fucking work. I'm calling you out, okay? So that's all I want to say. I love you all. Let me know, especially women who are carrying weapons, to protect yourselves, stun guns, punctured keychains, all of that, please put in the post, either in this or I just put up a post, because I actually am working on something around this. So I want to know what it is that you're carrying to protect yourselves. Mwah! I love you all. Bye.